Do we have our mic on? Yeah, unfortunately we do. Alright, fuck it. Survival or creative, that's the question. Honestly, I need to stream other games soon. I'm already getting bored of survival. Because, honestly, Bedrock Survival is just, like, way less interesting. Creative or survival? That is the question. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Bro, is my shit not charging? Alright, it is. Shit, we on the brink of World War III, so I say fuck it. Let's go to our build world. Let's build up our fortification for when the apocalypse happens. I'm not gonna be the only dude stuck in the middle of fucking Green Run, sitting in a goddamn diner because the bus left me. Fuck that. 2025 is 5 years away. We can't be doing that shit already.
Hi.
Like, I ain't about to get stuck in the fog, surrounded by fucking denizens and fire because Trump wants to bomb some Iranian motherfuckers. The apocalypse isn't supposed to end for another 5 years. Or, I mean, the apocalypse isn't supposed to start for another 5 years, not end. But, alright, fuck it. Let's, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a big-ass hole right here. I'm gonna need to look at some pictures. Yeah, let's look at some pictures real quick. I don't know what this room looks like. It's been too long. I don't have an accurate depiction. It'll require actually looking at a picture.
If we gonna be in fog during transit, we at least wanna be playing Muck with some good builds.
So it goes right back up into the wall. So fuck it. Let's do... Actually, let's just break this then. Since this is kinda how we already decided we gonna have it go. So then, let's do this, and we can just kinda come back here and make that a full block since this is where it ends. Although, honestly, this area right here should still be cleared out if we were doing this legit. Huh. You know what? It's a minor error. Like, it's not enough to seriously take away from the map. Like, it's a minor error.
I think it is.
But it's not enough. It's not enough to be seriously damaging. You know, like it'll still look just about. Shit, dude, I don't know. You know what? It's fine. It just means we'll have to slightly alter this room. Just a tiny bit. So, let's come to this side. Real quick. But yeah, we'll have to slightly alter the room if we're doing that, but doesn't matter that much. So let's do this. I mean, it'll look a bit wonky. Just, I don't know. You know what, yeah, we're just gonna slightly change up the design. So let's grab some, what's the best block for sandbags? What would look the best for sandbags? Probably concrete powder. Actually, mushroom blocks.
Hi, I'm here. What are you building?
Mushroom blocks would look a lot... I feel like mushroom blocks pull off a pretty good sand block. Or sandbag block. We are going back and building a bit of a classic, a bit of a legend, a bit of a myth, a bit of a god of a map. That's what we're doing. We're building a bit of a god, and also a Nazi fortress. But I mean, the Nazi part. Once you acknowledge it, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit sus. But yeah, we're just gonna have to change the design up a bit. Nope, that is not even fucking close. That is, like, that is mega wrong. Not even remotely close.
Wait, no, wrong map.
Alright, so let's just do this for the sandbags, and then we'll have to put a lantern. Actually, fuck it, let's just go downstairs. There's one right here, I think. Yep. So there is a lantern right here. And then, what are we gonna do right here, honestly? Oh, we could use ore, couldn't we? There's unfortunately not an ore that matches the color right, but we'll just use diamond.
It's on Toten, LOL.
Like, that's the closest I think we'll be able to realistically get. And then down here, honestly, actually no, let's not do that, right? Like, we could do that, but I don't think that would be the best way of doing this. I think we should but now this wall is too blank without that, though. That's kind of the problem. And obviously, like, we're gonna go back and add more details to the wall later, so it won't be quite this blank. But with the room being abnormally stretched out because of the way we did it, just because we kind of fucked it up a bit, in that,
That creative menu is disgusting.
It really is a fucking disgusting menu. And the way it's organized is absolute dog shit, right? So, we have the wood blocks, then it jumps to, walls, then it jumps to fences, and then to staircases. But then you have slabs on the other side of glass, and then you have regular stone blocks on the other side of slabs. Like, this menu is... And then you have random, like, stone is all the way down here, but cobblestone is right here. This menu is horribly laid out. Like, it's terrible. Truly the worst. It's just another example of Bedrock's dog shit design. But, yeah, we're gonna have to do something different then for right here. I mean, I guess we could add a, oh yeah, we could add, what is that shit called? What is that called? What is that called? It's like the oldest one. The co-op one. The one, what is, I don't know if anyone knows what it's called. What is the co-op perk? Oh, that's such a, like, that's so old. How do I not remember it? Like, the, it's the co-op perk. The, it's on the tip of my tongue. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's, like, nowhere near my tongue. I can't think of it. But the co-op perk is basically what I'm thinking about.
Quick receive.
No. Not, okay, so it's not one of the actual, like, Call of Duty perks. Basically, there was this really old mod that came out shortly after, like, Black Ops 1 came out, right? And it was called ZombieCraft. And literally what it did is it gave you, Minecraft builds that were Minecraft versions of the Minecraft Call of Duty Zombies maps. It had guns, perks, and rounds and everything. It was literally... It gave you the ability to play basically any Call of Duty Zombies map in Minecraft. And it had all the World at War and Black Ops 1 maps, basically. And then there was even a few original maps. And, yeah, it was like one of my favorite mods for the longest time. But it never seemed to be played by anybody. And it was literally a Minecraft mod that would let you full-on play, like, Call of Duty Zombies in Minecraft. And it was absolutely fucking awesome, and it was called ZombieCraft. It had machetes, maces, like, machine guns, like, it was literally, you could play full-on zombies, and it had all the original maps, like Nacht and Toten and all them, plus it had its own, like, quite a few of its own original maps. It was absolutely awesome. It was just an awesome mod, it really was.
Neat.
But it had a perk, right? And what that perk would do is it would spawn in an NPC player to fight alongside you. And it was, I feel like it was called, like, co-op something. But, yeah, so that was, like, a perk, right? I kind of want to add a perk machine that looks similar to that one. Obviously, it wouldn't be the same,
cool.
But yeah, it was, like, an absolutely awesome mod. I friggin' loved that mod, dude. I would spend hours trying to find videos of
That's
people playing
actually a
it,
good idea.
but could never find anybody playing it. You can actually look up ZombieCraft and oh shit, actually no, now I'm curious. Has it ever been updated? Or at least recently? ZombieCraft.
They should have added that perk to WoW.
Bruh, no, okay, so now when you look it up, there's what appears to be a shitty rip-off game that came out a while back. Like, none of the top results are the original ZombieCraft mod, except for Dan TDM's, which is the actual top result, whenever he covered it. But yeah, if you scroll down a bit, you can see it. You can see it. Oh, and it came with its own texture pack, too. I forgot to mention that. The mod had its own built-in texture pack that made it look like a full-on zombie game. Dude, it's like a 6-year-old. Hold on, let me if I go back to YouTube, it's an 8-year-old mod. It's an 8-year-old mod, and the newest videos on it are from 6 years ago. Like, it is an old mod, like one of the first. Like, it is an old-ass mod.
Oh wow.
It ain't the type of mod that you'd find nowadays. It was underrated as hell, though, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Okay, honestly, let's not do it like that. Let's do, where the fuck are buttons? Why the fuck are buttons, like, all the way down here? Dude, this is such a dog shit menu design. Alright, just do that shit on the side. And then actually, hold on, give me the brown one back, and I'm gonna stamp that on the top. But yeah, it was an absolutely mega mod. Shit
I
was
like
killer.
the vehicle mods.
Hold up, let me check out who said that. Just boring old W187. But yeah, since we stretched that out too far, I guess we should just go ahead and patch the staircase, since you know, this was like a pretty big exploit considering the time. We're gonna patch the exploit because that's what villains do. Oh, we already have the staircases on us. Okay, so we could loop it around to this side, but it would make more sense to loop it around this side.
But my most favorite mod was one I couldn't get at the time cause I was on Pocket Edition. It was the space mod. You could legit build a rock.
Oh yeah, I know.
Space station.
Space mod was awesome, but it's not called the space mod. It was called Galacticraft. Or at least that was the big space mod. And yeah, Galacticraft was one of my favorite mods. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for people to play it or update it or something, but it just was another mod that just was reviewed once or twice and then completely abandoned. Galacticraft was awesome though. Letting you go to the moon, Mars, you could make a rover. It was actually in the Diamond Dimensions originally. But yeah, that was like the most coverage
They
it
never
ever got.
updated it.
Was when Dan TDM played it in the Diamond Dimensions. But that was about, like I said, as much coverage as it ever really got. Was people would occasionally go into the space dimensions once or twice while playing through.
Yeah, the rovers were cool.
But yeah, that was an awesome mod pack, or mod. And let's just, damn dude, I have like fucking, shit dude, we're just gonna have to do this, cause honestly, without like completely tearing out the staircase and redesigning it.
Brew, I always wished to do Minecraft roleplays with those mods as a kid.
I mean, so did I. Like, the mods I always wanted to do roleplays with were like the
With
Daisy
multiple
mod.
people though. So it's funner.
Yeah, obviously, you don't really want to do it alone. I always wanted to do like the DayZ mods or the Crafting Dead mod or the fucking Galacticraft mod, the Atom mod, the Frostbite mod or Frostspark or whatever the fuck it was called. Twilight Forest mod, just all those mods that added like dimensions and shit. I spent the longest time. Like, for the longest time, anytime I would build a portal room, I would build enough room to put a nether portal, and then I would just end up building the design for the Atom portal. Not because I thought it was in the game, but just because I wanted to have hope. Like, I never was hoping that it would come to the game, because I knew it wouldn't. I was just putting it there for the vibe. Or for the aesthetic, I guess. Anyway, this is the part that's actually difficult. But let's just real quick do this and then block off this corridor. Because once we block off that corridor, it's basically fine. And since we have this like little fucking pillar shit going on here, let's just kind of cover this up.
I'm going to be honest. I think the ore spawn mod was a bit overrated.
I mean, ore spawn was definitely, well, actually not really. Ore spawn, I definitely wasn't as big of a fan as people
It
like.
It was cool, but there were way cooler mods.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't a big fan of it, like, compared to, like, I never thought it was the best mod ever, but it really wasn't overrated. It added, like, 8 dimensions, a shit ton of new mobs, like, it was a massive mod. To the point where when people were covering it in mod reviews, it would take them, like, 6 or 7 videos to get over it. And they kept updating it progressively over time, adding more and more content. I wasn't a big fan of how a lot of the textures weren't even, like, in the Minecraft style, but honestly, it really wasn't overrated. It was just, like, it was a massive mod.
How is it going?
Hello, Alex Bam. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely am not the biggest fan of Ore Spawn. I definitely wouldn't say it's my favorite of the classics, but
hey,
it
Alex.
really wasn't overrated, honestly. Like, it was a massive mod that added a lot of content. Nah, I'm not doing a multiplayer stream. One day I will figure out why that is always the question people ask. But deep down, I think some of us already know the answer. Let's just put a lantern. Or not, because Bedrock is fucking stupid. And it just decided not to give me the lantern even after I clicked on it. That's lovely. Top 10 best game design decisions. Bro, where the fuck? This menu is laid out so bad. They just have potions in the middle
the portal
for
mod.
no reason. And I can't see chat.
That was also a good one.
But, Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're just going to keep the wall going out to here. And then we'll have it go right here. God damn, dude. This controller is dog shit. Trying to place when you're constantly walking backwards is so fucking annoying. Stop. Alright. Like, it's like trying to fucking resist against like a fucking gravitational pull. Like being sucked into a fucking black hole. Constantly just being sucked backwards. Can never fucking place. Just because I don't have any momentum. Because every time I hold still for a few seconds, I start fucking
Keynoter on Toten, was this one's name right?
Not even close. Man, y'all are not good at this. It was you again? How have you messed this up twice? I assumed it must have been someone new to chat. But nah, you've messed this up twice now. Holy shit. What a bot. Truly, there is no game that you were good at.
This map is old. I can't remember what it's called.
Well, no shit, you can't remember what it's called, or you would have said the right name, huh? What I like is the fact that you think that's actually a viable excuse. Just, it's kinda old, you know? Like, bitch, you know what else is old? World War I, but I don't think people forgot that shit. Just casually forgetting gods over here, and then trying to use that shitty excuse, as if that's even remotely viable. Although, honestly, I'm gonna cap this edge off, because I think that would make it look better. Well, actually, I don't think it did. Honestly, let's just make this a block. Or not a block, it smells like smoke in here. Oh shit, yeah, it really does. Let's just do like a normal block. But yeah, I'll let you guess again. Cause, you know, it'd be kind of actually, you know what, let's do it like this. And then make this slab so that it's actually even, instead of all wonky. But yeah, I'll let you guess again, since you're such an absolute fucking bot. I'm sure you'll get it eventually. Like, you have to. There's only so many names you could physically say.
It was something der Toten.
Man, you people are fucking disgraces, I tell you. They can't even remember the names of gods. Nacht Toten, followed by Verrucht, followed by Shino Numa, followed by Derice, followed by Kino der Toten, followed by 5. Then you have the rest of the Black Ops 1 maps, which are Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, and, you know, you got them. But obviously, I always fucked the order of the Black Ops 1 maps up, because I don't remember which came first, Ascension or Shangri-La. It's one of the two, I don't remember which came first. But then obviously there's Call of the Dead, but, you know, I really don't think I need to mention the name Call of the Dead.
Well,
you know,
I was close.
Kind of rings out in most people's minds. Then there's Transit, you know, and then the rest of the Black Ops 2 maps, which, you know, Die Rise, Buried Origin, the whole lot. No one really needs to name everyone. The point is, you're a pussy shit who needs to learn how to be good, because you can't remember shit. You're letting someone with borderline dementia out-remember something, and that's just pathetic. But yeah, we're gonna have to slightly change the way we do this, since shit just, gotta scratch the fuck out of my leg, though. Since shit just, don't be doing the same, you know? They don't be doing it. There is a hole in the
Town was
ceiling
my
right
fav
here.
map on Bo 2.
Bruh, Town was, like, most people's favorite maps, besides Origin and fucking Mob of the Dead, which were honestly overrated as shit, but besides those two, the only map people really liked from Black Ops 2 was fucking, well, it was fucking Town, because Town was the only map that, it was just the only map people liked, basically. Like, it really was the only map people liked. Actually, but yeah, no, it was like the only map people liked from that entire game when it came to
Farm
the
was
thing. Oh god damn.
Farm was bad.
No one liked Farm. It was basically Town, but with less content. Like, you don't have to say the words Farm was bad. Everyone, like, no one liked Farm at all. It was an absolutely despised map across the community. Like, I doubt there's a single fucking human being alive who unironically
Alex, you still
says
here?
they liked Town. Like, Town was completely hated by, like, everybody. I don't like that, actually. And then I'll stretch that one out a bit.
Farm.
Bro, what the fuck you mean, Alex, you still here? There was never anybody in chat. Oh, actually, yeah, there was, Alex Bam. But nah, he only came to ask if he could join, which, you know, 9 out of 10 cases, if someone says, can I join? It's because they think they're funny and they want to troll. Because there's no such thing as common human fucking decency anymore. But, yeah, he's like 100% probably a troller. So, you know. And that is the world we live in. That is not how that should look. It should be like that. Bruh, how did you actually not know that we were on the brink of war, though, homie? Like, you can remember fucking Kappa, or you can, like, learn about Kappa, but you can't learn about literal annihilation. Like, the fuck? What is this, what is this, you know? Like, what the fuck are you, what is this, this logic that you're going by here? Now, let's leave it like that. No cross-section needed. And then right here, you can just make all of these slabs. So it's just a slight, you know, let's make this a full block, and let's make this a stair block, so that it doesn't look so, actually, let's make that a stair block, too. No.
Because literal annihilation happened today. Recently.
Except no recent annihilation has happened. Like, the annihilation is coming, but it hasn't happened yet. So, explain your logic again, one more time. Let me try and
Kappa has been going on for weeks.
Yeah, but Kappa is just like a fucking legal thing. This is the end of your country. And it's, like, been everywhere, like, on every social... It's been on Discord, on fucking, what's his name's server. Like, even Dingo's server has people talking about it like crazy. Like, this is, like, actually major, like, major shit that's been, like, it's on every app.
Kappa has been going on for weeks.
Kappa
I meant to say the explanation of annihilation has only happened today.
Yeah, but it's also on everything, like, everywhere. There's no social app that isn't talking about it. Like, everything from fucking Twitter to fucking iFunny, of all apps, which has been dead for like 80 years, has people talking about it. Like, it's everywhere. Like, damn, dude. You're gonna fucking die, because you're just not gonna know. Oh shit. Alright, let's look at pictures of the other side of the... Ah, shit, my fucking face. Dude, it's like every one of my pores is burning. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Huh. We're just gonna have to, let's keep... Alright, so let's keep looking at this. The other thing is that, oh wow, one of the actual top results for looking up Nacht and Toten is another person's Minecraft Nacht and Toten build. That's kinda whack. Can I see some actual pictures of the map though, so I know what I'm fucking building? Alright, so yeah, there's a pillar that needs to go right here. so we can do that. And then, holy shit, man, I'm feeling like not bueno at all. Oof. Bro, can I see some actual pictures of Nacht and Toten, please? Instead of all this shit. Like, I have a vague outline, right? Like, so, like, if I go upstairs, what goes right here, or not, damn it. What goes right here is a small wall that has a hole in it, and then there's the door that leads out into the main room. But I want to get the layout of the main room as close to perfect as I can, which is why I'm, yeah, we still have an entire another section to do, actually. We should probably do that first. Because, the bottom floor should come before the top.
Okay.
But,
Mystery box time.
Live chat. Alright, what is this room? This is another room that's gonna take, quite a few pictures in order to actually map it out right, because this room has a lot of, like, complicated little details in it that make it, well, rather difficult to go off just memory. Because obviously I know generally, you know, the mystery box is right here, and then there's one barrier there, one barrier there, one barrier slightly over there, and then a barrier right over there, and then obviously there's the main staircase. But I'd like to actually, see a picture so that I don't fuck it up. I want to make it as close to accurate as possible. Man, ZombieCraft is such a fucking classic mod. Now I want to watch videos of it. Just because it's such a legendary mod. I actually can't find any fucking pictures of this room. This is like the main room of Nacht and Toten. Like, the room that everyone remembers. How in
Also
the
text
hell?
your parents.
It is 3:43 in the goddamn morning. I am not texting my damn parents. Shit. Alright, well, I can't find a picture of this room, so we're just not gonna work on it yet. So instead what I'm going to do is
They'll
point
get
out
it in the morning.
something slightly different, which is that after we build up the shell, we're gonna have to go back and add something to it so that it looks less wonky, you know? Also, we should do this real quick. Like, just go back and add a little
Look for
bit of a
clips
bar.
on YouTube for it.
Oh yeah, and then we kind of need to make sure people don't jump over. So let's, By the way, if I remember correctly, this is actually the design that is used in-game. Like, there literally is a stone bar right there above the sandbags. Although I don't know if there's the gap is there. But in any case, that's what we're gonna do right here to try and make this come out properly. And then assuming this, actually no, assuming not this, it'll have to be one layer higher. Assuming this is the, cause, hold on. 4, so then the roof goes here. So it actually is one layer higher. So assuming this is the, final layer of the ceiling. This is how tall the building's gonna be. In the future. And then this is just gonna go right up to there. Because, you know, the positions on the top still gonna be open. I don't know who said that. I'm gonna have to check chat. Dorime? The fuck do you mean a dorime? Dorime is not a what the fuck is dorime? Actually, Let me just fucking... Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's unnecessary.
It's pronounced Dolly May.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I mean, what do you mean by it? Because unless this is some chorus shit that I'm too straight to understand, which is probably what it is. Because it sounds like some chorus shit that I'm too straight to understand. Because Do-Re-Mi is the classic fucking voice test shit they do in chorus.
It's a new mem.
Yeah, that is
How
not
have
a
you
meme.
not heard of it?
Oh, I've been a little preoccupied by the, you know, massive end of the fucking human race that's about to occur, you know. Something about the literal end of the world is just kind of fucking distracting, you know. Like, who would ever focus more on the end of the world than on a meme that has been obscured by the said end of the world? Little dumbass bitch.
FCS, they're not gonna end the world.
That's what they all say right before said world ends. And you know what, W, after Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated, everyone was like, there's no way anyone will possibly go to war over this. It was one man's death. And then World War I happened, and because of World War I, World War II happened, and because of World War II, terrorism popped up in the Middle East because, you know, England decided to cut up the Middle East into a bunch of random chunks, thus causing the war on terror, and also that causes the Cold War because, you know, Russia and America became giant superpowers after World War II. So basically, yeah, the last time a single person died and everyone was all, you know what, this is gonna work out fine. We had fucking 2 world wars, a massive Cold War, a bunch of mini-wars, and the rise of terrorism in the Middle East.
He's a terrorist,
So
we did it on purpose.
The fuck up. He was not a... He was a general for a military organization. This wasn't just like a random terrorist. This time, we fucking killed an actual military officer for a foreign country. Like, that is as close to a declaration of war as you can get, without outright just saying, we want war. Like, he wasn't just some random terrorist, he was an actual fucking military personnel. Bro, we better... Bro, he was a terrorist. Bro, I'm about to try that one day. I'm just gonna walk into a random club, shoot someone, and then be like, yo, I swear he was a terrorist, fam. Bro, he was a terrorist. That shit's actually funny as fuck. You said he was a terrorist. That's legitimately funny. Because by that logic, anyone you dislike is a terrorist. Bruh. We just assassinating fucking political figures and then being like, nah fam, chill homie, it's all good. Terrorism. Whew, boy, that's, whew. Ooh, I gotta recover after that one. Oh, that's legitimately funny.
It's just one country, it's not gonna cause WW3.
Let's go back to World War I for a second. World War I was literally just a conflict between 2 countries, which were, like, you know, those really European northern countries. And everyone was like, oh, I mean, you know, it's just 2 countries having a little disagreement. There's no way. And then boom, World War I. And then boom, World War II. and then the Cold War, and all the mini wars that happened because of it, like the Vietnam War and shit, and then the rise of terrorism. You see where I'm going with this? These familiar patterns? Like, this is literally the exact sort of situation that led to World War One, only this time
Who
both
do you
sides
think
have
everyone
nukes.
would side with even if other countries get involved?
You're missing the main
Iraq
problem.
or us?
You're missing the main problem. That, the problem isn't so much, you know, worrying about, you know, the war itself, pitting multiple enemies against us, so much as the problem is Iran might actually have nuclear bombs, and North Korea might decide, hey, y'all have nukes and hate America, we have nukes and hate America, let's team up. Because we're not really worried about, like, China or Russia trying anything right now. The problem is that if North Korea sees that, hey, there are another country out here that hate America and got nukes, they might decide, you know what, we both have nukes, we both hate America, let's just, you know, let's just kind of profit off this. Like, and then there's the fact that by the way, it's not Iraq, it's Iran, so, you know, another thing that you literally have no idea what you're talking about, but, ignoring that little error you made, because, you know, I guess I can understand it, you have, like, very few, clues about what you're talking about.
We made peace with North Korea, I thought.
We did, kind of, but they still have a dictator leader, they're still a shut-in isolationist country, and, well, this isn't peace, this is like, this isn't actual peace like what we have with, like, you know, England or some shit. This is like, you know, this is just mutually deciding right now it would not be a good idea to fight. The second they think that they can take us, they will probably try some shit. The second they think it'll benefit them to just make a move. Like, this is an actual peace. It could crumble within a day or within a decade. But ignoring that for now, right? Another big problem is that even if no other countries get involved, continuing on with another war, right? Another war in the Middle East, this time with Iran, would mean that, like, we would be sending troops in, which means, you know, we're gonna need more military personnel.
If they shoot nukes at us, we shoot nukes back.
Yeah, and because they have nukes, we have nukes, and, you know, shit's not exactly very stable right now.
And end of the world happens.
It could easily lead to the end of the world, where two countries fuck up everything. Like, the situation is significantly worse than, you would believe. And the other problem is, this was completely avoidable. Like, our president, which, you know, I don't really give a shit about politics.
Damn it, Iraq.
But it's Iran, not Iraq. Iran is the country that this issue is currently happening with. Iran. I-R-A-N. Whew. But, like, the president fucked this whole situation up. Because he pulled out of an agreement that basically said Iran cannot build up enough uranium to make nukes for another few years. Which, you know, that few years bit sounds concerning. But by pulling out of it, he allowed them to build up that amount right now, which is how Iran could potentially, currently, have enough uranium, to make nukes, which, you know, we can neither confirm nor deny, because it's not like they would share that information. They severely hate America, because, by the way, this bombing wasn't, like, out in the middle of the desert. It was in a fucking airport. We dropped bombs in the middle of an airport. So, you know, killing a very popular general of a foreign country by bombing an airport is not exactly,
What the fuck, why?
Dude, that what the fuck, why? Yeah, this whole situation was, not exactly ideal. Yeah. So, it wasn't out in the middle of the desert or anything. We blew up, we fired missiles into a fucking airport that had an actual military general in it. And not just any military general. He was, like, the #1 military general of the country. Like, he was, like, the main general of the fucking country. Like, this was basically a full-on fucking assassination.
I'm here.
Oh, sup, Caleb. We're talking about the end of the world as we know it, so welcome to the stream. But yeah, this wasn't like, you know, blowing up a random terrorist in the middle of the desert. This was in the middle of a fucking airport. So basically, we're fucked.
Bruin Airport got hit. What if another 911 happens?
I mean, I don't know what your point is there, but although, okay, to be fair, we did not start the conflict. We did not start the conflict, right? Originally what happened was there was like a threat made against the US embassy in Iran, right? Like we didn't do it out of nowhere, right? One of our embassies was threatened, so they sent, like, you know, troops to back it up because they thought people might try and storm it. Kind of like the, fucking Benghazi situation from fucking years back, right? So it wasn't, like, it wasn't completely, like, unprovoked. But it was also maybe not the best course of action, because now shit is,
the Iran dude deserved it.
On the brink of war. Because fucking the embassy situation happened, right? And then we fucking blew up we shot missiles into a fucking airport. Which, you know, if you're gonna kill someone, an airport is not exactly the best place to do it. That doesn't exactly build up the best message to the Iranian people. Hey, remember that US government that you already don't really like that much? Yeah, they just blew up an airport. Yeah, that's not exactly great for the whole, don't go to war with us thing. So that happened, and then they shot a drone out of the sky in retaliation, and then the president threatened them with war, and then they threatened back with war. So basically, it's the brink of war. So yes, W, this is not a minor conflict. This is quite a bit larger than a minor conflict. It's quite a bit more serious. But yeah, I honestly do not know how you did not already know that, because like that shit has been on like the news, on every social media app, Twitter, iFunny, Instagram, Snapchat. Fucking Snapchat, dude. It's on Snapchat. Like, when you got people on Snapchat talking about how they're gonna be fucking sitting in the middle of the like, oh my god, you have people on fucking TikTok, like, it's everywhere. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least one motherfucker on Vine talking about the situation, and that app doesn't even exist anymore. I have faith in our military. The problem isn't really the faith in our military. The problem is Iran might have nukes. And it doesn't matter how good our military is. One nuke and boom, millions of people are dead, and radiation spreads across the country. And then, of course, there's the possibility that countries like North Korea might try and take advantage of the situation, or that countries in the Middle East like Iraq, Saudi Arabia, you know, different terrorist cells out there might look at the situation and go, well, America is distracted, so let's, you know, use this time to build up our forces, which means that organizations like ISIS could bloom up again out of nowhere and become like 10 times stronger than they were before, literally out of nowhere. And then you get into like the other logistical problems of the situation, which is that if a major country decides to back them, I mean, at that point, it's assured war, like assured World War III would happen if a major country decided to back them. And then you have, like, just down to the minor shit, right? So, like, if that happens, people over in Ireland might decide, hey, well, the entire world is distracted.
Great Minecraft stream.
Why don't we just, you know, get that freedom that we've been claiming for? Because in case you didn't know, there's also a major terrorist group in Ireland right now, and has been for, like, 40 years. So they might decide to use the opportunity to bloom back up. Like, it's a domino effect, where right now, a single event could lead to dozens and dozens of pieces just scattering across the board. Like, this could be, like, it could either be incredibly minor and solved in a few weeks, or it could go on to become an actual world war.
Like, rename the stream. Addressing possible end-of-world scenarios while building Nacht on Toten. Hey, did you miss me?
Well, yeah, Nacht on Toten is literally like a blown apart
Hi,
Nazi
dork.
bunker, so it would be kind of fitting. I think it's kind of fitting to build a literal bunker when we're talking about the fact that the world's on the brink of destruction. And then there's the fact that, you know, bro, once the rockets hit and the denizens come,
Yay,
the denizens
dork.
are gonna be a pain in the ass. Not even gonna lie, I'm probably only gonna make it to round 30, dude, and then I'm gonna get eaten. I don't have enough ammo in my house. Once wave 30 hits, I'm gonna get overrun.
Yay my ass.
I might have to hit up like a local hospital, try and get some perks. But if the fucking monkeys disable the perk machines, that's gonna be unfortunate.
Denizens gonna be annoying.
Bro, yeah, dude. You're gonna have like once the nukes hit, you're gonna have like a bunch of babies in a hospital just fucking mutate into denizens, and then every time we walk outside, we're just gonna get our fucking face raped, and that's gonna be annoying as hell. I'm gonna have to start walking around with fucking Gava knuckles everywhere, and that's gonna be quite unfortunate. I'm gonna have to punch myself in the hand with the Gava
Hi,
knuckles.
I'm going
just
to
so that I
head
can
over
feel
to
the
your
shock.
house. Can we play Coop? Hey, are you gonna build transit?
Right. I mean, I might eventually. Right now, I'm just building Nacht and Toten, which I only barely have enough room for, by the way. Like, honestly, I built it very close, so there's barely enough room for me to fit Nacht and Toten right here, because this other room is probably going to stretch out to about right here-ish, maybe here. So, like, this is going to be really, really close. But, after I build Nacht and Toten, I might start building some of the other maps. It depends on whether I'm still interested in building the maps. Because honestly, I just started on this project because I didn't have another thing to do. Which is kind of what I'm going to start doing across this world. I'm going to go back and tear down some of the projects that I don't like that are on that side of the map. Because I always stay as far away as I can from that side of the map. Because this is the side of the map that has projects I don't like. That and this spot right here. Which is like a minor project that I did a long time ago.
Nacht Toten is a part of transit.
That I don't like. I mean, yes, Nacht and Toten is a part of transit, but I mean, it's significantly more run down than the version of Nacht and Toten that I'm building. And by the way, I 100% do not, like, Black Ops 3 is not canon. I will always refute that. I only believe in the Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and World at War timeline. As far as I'm concerned, Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 did not happen. Because the timeline was so much better and so much more interesting before they went back and retconned everything so that it was all the Apothicons. 100%. Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 are not canon. I will only follow World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2. Because that campaign is the more interesting one.
Actually, he's not wrong, which I love that they added that in there. What's next, Black Ops 5?
Honestly, I doubt it. Treyarch got their budget cut heavily by during Black Ops 4 because Black Ops 4 did so bad that the last few zombie maps had their budgets completely slashed. Activision is a failing company right now, and they're getting kind of desperate, so they're making a lot more mistakes. But yeah, nah, I will never consider
Good.
Black Ops 3 or 4.
Trey got bad.
I will only ever consider
I was
World at
taking
War
a piss.
BO1
What are we
too.
talking about?
You know, you don't have to leave stream when you take a piss, but we're talking about Call of Duty right now, which is what this map is from. But yeah, 100%. Because, dude, I watched the entire 10-hour video on the World at War Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 timeline at least 2 or 3 times. Because I loved that timeline. It was the perfect blend of eerie, interesting, Nazi history mixed with a tiny bit of sci-fi. But it wasn't, like, it wasn't unrealistic, right? The best thing
I was
about that
wiping my
timeline
arsehole.
is
What
that it
were you
wasn't
talking about?
entirely impossible. Like, it was based on, like, real reports. or at least reports that were, like, based on things that, like, everything about the original timeline was based, at least slightly, in actual fact. Hitler did actually believe in God, and he did believe in magic, and he did believe he could legitimately control magic to win the war. He spent legitimate money and effort collecting artifacts to try and fucking channel the power of God. There are actual reports of him trying to build a super weapon. Like, it was so interesting, because the World at War Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 timeline, rather than just being God did it, or some shit, or alien squids that rape each other did it, instead, it was just an actual interesting take on, well, what
if he believed in God, he wouldn't kill Jews.
Fine shit. Yeah, that is absolutely not correct. Throughout history, there have been hundreds of Christian organizations which have slaughtered people without any remorse. The Crusaders slaughtered hundreds and thousands of Muslims who were innocent and did nothing wrong simply because they were in the way of their conquest. The Spanish, who were also Christian, slaughtered hundreds and thousands of native Aztec and native South American people in the name of conquest. The English did a similar thing with the Native Americans. Believing in God has never stopped anyone from committing genocide.
Joking.
In fact, hell, Hitler probably thought that God wanted him to kill the Jews. Hell, his entire fucking memoir is about how superior Aryans are. In his eyes, it was probably divine justice for the Jews to be fucking slaughtered. Dude was a fucking maniac. But yeah, honestly, that's Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and World at War were so interesting because they were all based in like real events. Hell, even Darius, right? Darius was an actual facility, an actual Nazi facility. It was an underground Nazi facility that no one knows what was actually done there, that was carved out and built by, you know, Jewish laborers. Like, it was a full-on, mysterious, underground fucking laboratory that no one knows what happened
there was major plagues in 1720, 1820, and 1920, major yikes 2020.
Yeah, I heard about that, but honestly, there's been major plagues, like, all the time, so I doubt we're gonna have another major plague. Although, the bubonic plague has actually been found in China recently, so it is always possible. But yeah, and the other thing is that it gets even worse, because in Black Ops 2, the main organization, Broken Arrow, which is like the United States-funded organization, was also based, at least slightly, on real events, from when the actual US government tried to create, you know, fucking mind-controlled soldiers, and did all this other, like, fucking whack-ass shit. Like, honestly, everything about World at War Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 was perfect, because it was such a fucked up thing, because all of it was at least based in the idea that, you know what, this could happen. Like, this could theoretically have been what actually happened.
That was MK Ultra.
Yeah, MK Ultra. But that's not the only one. There were others. Like, MK Ultra is the one that everyone remembers, but there were actually other operations. Like, there were multiple operations where they did stuff like...
confirmed missiles will hit in 2025.
Yeah, the missiles hit in 2025. One hits America, one hits Africa, and the other hits China. Nah, this isn't a multiplayer stream. But yeah, like, it was mad interesting. Like, because
Hey everybody.
Yeah, literally, Broken Arrow is pulled right from CIA reports of trying to
Sorry,
create
it's offline.
soldiers who are immune to pain. Which is, like, whole new levels of
So is Australia good to be in?
Australia good to be in? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. All I can say is that when 2025 comes, you really do not want to be in America, China, or Africa. Because those countries be hitting hard, dude. Between Green Run, the Great Leap Forward,
start streaming at
Resolution
normal
2025, I mean, shit be whack. I do. I streamed multiple times recently in the middle of the day, but no one came to the streams, so I canceled them and stopped streaming during the day.
What about Korea?
We only ever get views late at night. So, you know, I just kind of have to stream at night.
And Japan. Korea is gonna be deleted.
Honestly, I mean, who knows?
Japan will be okay.
I mean, realistically, like, if you want to talk about, like, in real world, but we don't. Because, like, I mean, I don't know, it depends. If you're talking about the real world, then, different answer. But, shit was whack, though. Honestly, the one map that I've always wanted to see is, Die Rise, because that's actually been recreated, too. There was a guy who deadass built, like, Die Rise, like, all of Die Rise, and that shit was, like, fucking awesome.
You could add more details with mods.
I could, if, you know, Bedrock were mod compatible, which it's not. I could add command blocks, and use command blocks.
Black Ops 3 made the trilogy suck.
But, I mean, yeah, it did. It 100% did. Because literally what happened was, at the end of Black Ops 2, the OG zombie staff was laid off and replaced by the Black Ops 2 multiplayer crew. And the Black Ops 2 multiplayer crew, they were not interested in, like, that whole World War II realism, because they were working under a different director.
WTF, they added meatball zombies and dragons.
And the director who became in charge of Black Ops 3, he was not a sci-fi fan. He was a fantasy fan. But because he was working with a sci-fi story, he ignored the fact that this was a sci-fi realistic story, right? Like, in the original timeline, there is only one reference to an alien species, and it's the references to the Vrilya. But it's left vague and mysterious, and it's based on an actual book that was written in Germany around the time of World War II. It was based... It had aliens, like, there were legitimately aliens and shit like that in the original storyline. However, they were complicated, they were undisclosed, like, they were left vague, and they were based on an actual ideology that popped up in, like, you know, back then, about the Vrilya, which was a theory that in the core of Earth, there's an ancient alien civilization of godlike
Call of
beings
Duty
known
1
as
was
the
good.
Vrilya. But because the director for Black Ops 3 wasn't a sci-fi fan, he didn't give a shit. He just decided to make it fantasy and add in, like, Cthulhu references and dragons and all this other shit, which just didn't work with the story. The best way I can think about it is think about it this way, right? So there's basically 3 different zombie storylines. There's the OG storyline,
zombies,
which is World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. There's the middle storyline, which, by the way, okay, so the original storyline was entirely sci-fi, and it was just World at War BO1 and BO2. Then there's the middle timeline, which has the first 3 games, plus BO3 and BO4, and that's the one that people call the Aether timeline, which is the one that got, you know, shit on. And then there's the Chaos timeline. And you can actually see they went from sci-fi to sci-fi, but it's kind of fantasy, to just full-on fantasy, because when the director changed, they changed their priority for what they wanted zombies to be. Like, 100%, Black Ops 3 and 4 was just them trying to dip their toes in the water and get the zombies community to move on away from sci-fi and into, like, just full-on fantasy. Which they just sacrificed the original storyline to do so. Which is unfortunate.
In the first day of Christmas, Santa gave to me was a fricking lump of coal.
Bruh, my fucking, like, redneck ass grandparents bought me a fucking mini fridge. Like a fucking full-on mini fridge. And I don't have anywhere to fucking put a mini
Turn
fridge.
that coal to diamond.
Because my room is not that fucking big. So now I just have a big ass mini fridge taking up like fucking a giant chunk of my room. Shit's loud too. I honestly think I would have preferred just walking downstairs to get a drink.
That's better than coal.
Bro, it's not as simple as just turning coal to fucking diamond, bro. complicated than that. There's a process to it. I mean, hell yeah, it's better than coal. Fucking things like a massive-ass, expensive-ass fridge. But I don't have a place for it. I don't really need a mini fridge. So now I have... Dude, you can probably fucking hear that shit now. It's louder than my fish tank. Shit's...
Hey Doom, I got to go.
Constantly.
I'm tired.
Never bitch, you the one who told me to stream. What the fuck do you mean? But yeah. I don't like this. I think I'm about to just make it out of what in the fuck type of noise was that?
I was laughing.
That was
No.
not no fucking laugh. That was something, but it was not a laugh. But yeah, that mushroom just doesn't have the texture. That's slightly better, but not perfect.
Anyway, see ya.
Alright, well, what time is it? 4:16, so that's a rip on the idea of going to sleep now. Hoya macatre. Well, that's unfortunato, ain't it? It really is. Well, fuck it, I don't... Man, I'm getting kind of bored of working on this right now. I think I'm about to continue it tomorrow.
Oak trees would work outside the map.
Yeah, I'm gonna put, trees outside the map, I guess. Honestly, I don't really care about the outside of the map too much, because if I wanted it to be fully realistic, I would put mud as far as the eye can see, plus hills and broken down power lines and crashed planes and all that shit, like, that are in the original map, but honestly, I'm building this less to be functional, and more of to just kind of be a replica, so the outside doesn't really matter to me. Like, you can see I marked out in gold blocks where I'm going to extend out some of, like, a few of the outside decorations. And obviously I'm going to go back and decorate the outside to make it look more like a proper building. But
Broken parts of the wall.
in terms of realism, or not realism, but like the far off details, like trees and stuff, I'm not too interested. So, the fuck type of name is Daddy French Fries? I'm just a daddy long legs looking for a mama wide thighs. But, nah, I don't really care about too many of the exterior details. And this isn't a perfect recreation either. I'm, altering a few things to make it a slightly more, well, just to fit slightly better in Minecraft's, style. Because there's a few details about the original map that in Minecraft won't come out as well. And then there's a few details that I'm just altering because I think it would make the map flow a bit better. So it's not a perfect recreation by any means. It's just sort of a bit of a replica that I'm doing out of boredom. Ah, shit, my eye, dude. But yeah, honestly, I don't think I'm about to work on it anymore today, though.
How are you gonna make the mystery box?
Dude, the mystery box is probably gonna be, like, the easiest part, right? Because, I mean, well, there's actually a lot of ways I could do it, right? I could do just, like, a basic-ass chest, but the mystery box isn't a chest. For one thing, the mystery box is 3 wide, not, 2 wide. And then, for second, if I was gonna do this accurately, which I can't, but if I was going to do it accurately, I would do the actual question marks. So I'll have to substitute something in for question marks, which means I can either use buttons, like I could use birch buttons or something. I could use signs, but that would be a bit bigger, or I could put something in an item frame, because it has to be flat, it can't take up a lot of space, but it would also have to create the aesthetic. So, like, I'd say probably how I'll do the mystery box, although I can't, like, guarantee this. I could easily decide to change this later, is it'll probably just end up being something like that. But again, I'll probably end up changing it later. I don't know if that's the design I'll go for. But yeah, this is not a direct, also, now that we actually mention it, actually no one mentioned it, but I'm mentioning it, is that this is on the wrong wall. And also, it needs to be right here, not right there. I'm actually gonna put those, back. But yeah, this is not a perfect recreation or anything, but, there is a few details where I would really like them to look closer to their actual, you know, nature than further, but, hello.
Hi. It would be amazing if you could react to my diss track live on stream to see your reaction. In trying to see what people think of my Mew.
Can't cut out the rest of your comment. That's unfortunato. But yeah, you can tell that this isn't a perfect recreation or an exact
machines
of the original. Because, like right here, where the staircase is, rather than simply coming up and being a narrow area where you have the bouncing Bettys on the wall, I've changed this and added an extra barrier in and an extra perk machine in. Like, this isn't a perfect recreation, it's a modification, is the best way I can put it. That is based slightly off the old mods for Minecraft. Because in case you didn't know, there actually used to be an old Minecraft mod that literally recreated the Call of Duty Zombies maps in Minecraft down to like full-on details, and it was a massive mod too. But it was also really underrated, underpopular, and well, the last time it was updated was like 6 years ago, so it's kind of completely dead. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do the mystery box.
I wanna hear his diss track live.
Yeah, bro, I don't though. I don't want to hear his diss track live. His last upload was from 1 year ago. There's no way he's still looking for feedback on it 1 year later. And that's a suspicious ass name. You know what I think it is? I think it's a fucking sound frequency test. I'm 99.99% positive that if I were to click on that video, it would be it would be a sound frequency test. That's what I'm going with, is that if I click on that video, it's gonna be a sound frequency test. And I'm not about to wake everyone in the house up over a fucking sound frequency test.
That's it. Sorry it was so long ago. I promise it's a diss track. No, it is not.
It is 100%. It's either a sound frequency test, or it's gonna be something worse than that. I'm gonna go ahead and say that, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, and assume that you're just trolling with a sound frequency test to try and fucking, like, rape somebody's ears. But, honestly, even the benefit of the doubt is, not going well in your favor. 100% it is not a diss track. That is the fucking flattest lie I've ever heard.
It is not a sound frequency test.
I'm assuming it's worse
a diss track. It is a legit diss track.
Okay, so a diss track from a year ago that has 32 views. Let me just,
Yes. Yay, it is funny, lol. Funny. How so? The lyrics.
This is quite possibly one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. Bruh, he's an 11-year-old, I guarantee you, white kid. fucking singing about getting pussy that he ain't never gonna get. Probably from in his fucking closet. To some probably like either no copyright fucking music from like 2009, or it's gonna be some like fucking random ass song that he's just pirating to use in the background. Bro, I fucking swear. He's like a fucking SoundCloud rapper.
He is a 10-year-old black kid.
Oh shit, dude.
In 1-2.
He's 12. Oh no.
Lol.
Bruh, you think
I'm
that's
beginning
good?
to feel like a rapper, not.
Bruh, you should check out Lil Minecart. He's a true rap god. Look up Little Minecart, or not Little. It has to be Lil. Lil Minecart. Look up Sandblocks No Cocks, Smoking Spruce, and Love Poem. I think those are the 3 best ones. You might want to like click off now if you don't want spoilers for the Love Poem one, because I'm about to drop a major spoiler for the Love Poem one. It turns out the dog shits on the carpet. Yeah, I know, it's a pretty romantic poem. It ends with him getting caught cheating on his significant other after cleaning up massive amounts of dog shit off the floor. It's quite an excellent love poem. Truly better than Romeo and Juliet, I would say. Bruh, fucking 12-year-old SoundCloud rapper. Bruh. He over here talking about trying to dick down some random ass hose, but chances are the only thing he ever gonna dick is his own hand. Like, that's unfortunate. Bruh. Oh my fucking god, dude.
All he is saying is he ain't gay.
Oh, you actually clicked on it? Yeah, so the first few lyrics of Sandblocks No Cocks is just him saying, I ain't gay, but it gets better than that. I think the best lyric is Hands Smell Like Pablo. That's a pretty... Yeah, it gets significantly better. Lil Minecart is the peak of SoundCloud rappers. Oh shit, dude. Be honestly,
I'm watching the song on my TV.
Oh my god. Bro. But yeah, honestly, we're not gonna continue working on this today. We're just gonna end the stream in a minute or two. And I'm gonna work on it again in another stream. Because, I mean, we did this entire second layer. And then some of the outside details. And then we did the roof to this layer in this stream. And I'm just getting kind of bored of working on it right now. It'll be better if I just work on it another time.
When?
If you mean when for the next stream, I have no idea. But yeah, I'm about to just work on this another stream. Man, now I really want to watch that old mod, because it was such an awesome mod at the time. But yeah, I'm getting kind of low-key bored of working on this right now, so I'm about to just end the stream. Man, I hate that building. It did not come out anywhere near as nice as I wanted it to. Like, the roof just does not fit with the stone architecture.
What mod?
Oh, the mod? It was called ZombieCraft, right? And literally what it was is it recreated Call of Duty Zombies maps in Minecraft, and it had some of its own mods. It came with its own texture pack. Like, it was a massive mod, where instead of loading up a normal Minecraft world, it brought up its own UI, its own menu, its own interface. And rather than loading up a Minecraft world, you would click on which zombie map you want to play, and then boot up said zombie map, and you would literally just play Call of Duty Zombies in Minecraft. And it had multiple maps, like Verrucht, Nacht and Toten.
Oh, I have that.
And stuff, and then it also had a few original maps. And for some reason, that mod is, like, unpopular as hell. Like, no one ever talked about it or played it, really.
But I don't use it.
Big rips. But yeah, what time is it? Ripperino. Alright, well, yeah, we'll keep working on this in another stream. Maybe next stream, which I guess will probably be either later today or tomorrow. Which is to say that later within, okay, so by later today, I mean like within the next 12 hours. No, not 12 hours. If it's later today, it'll be within the next like 20 hours. And by later tomorrow, I mean like after the current, you know, just in a while.
Hey,
it'll
I
be
told
in a
you
while.
I would stop spamming.
Yeah, and you did, to be fair. You did stop spamming, so I can't call you a liar at the very least. But yeah, we're gonna work on this another time. I'm getting kind of bored of it right now. We'll either stream again later or tomorrow. Ah, dude, my fucking... Bro, we do not have 3 viewers now when I just said we about to end the stream. Like, get that shit right the fuck out. But yeah, we'll work on this another time, because we've done a lot this stream. Or at least a lot is how it feels.
I liked and subbed, by the way.
Well, why is live chat so slow? I'm like sitting here looking to see who said that. Oh, it was Daddy French Fries. Low-key, I didn't think you were still here. But, yeah, thanks. Ah, dude, my fucking back hurts. But yeah, we'll work on this again later. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm just kind of stumbling. But then, after we finish building Nacht, I'm thinking... Honestly, okay, so I've already done Nacht before. I've done Kino before. And I've done Transit before. So I'm kind of thinking that if I'm gonna do another map, it should be a map that I haven't done yet. Maybe Verrucht or something like that. Because if I just do Transit again, or Kino again, that's gonna be kind of... It'll just get kind of stale, you know? Although I don't think I ever finished the Kino one. I think I only finished a few of the rooms. Man, although that Transit was a really shit Transit. It was a really bad rendition of Transit. But yeah, we're gonna work on this again next stream, and we're gonna end the stream now. And I'm gonna not keep saying that without actually doing it, because that would get kind of annoying. Yeah, so see you next stream, basically. And shit, it's already 4:33 in the morning. That's unfortunate.